during the 70s. Well, my very first movie that I do recall, because I come from a very conservative background, was The Love Bug. Remember that one?
I don't.
You don't? Oh my gosh.
What was it about?
It was about this talking car. It was it was the Beetle. It was the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, and he was turned into a race car, and yeah, it was fun. We went to a drive-in movie. They don't have these movies now that you go to a theater. You go in your car. We had a carload of my brothers and sisters, and we pulled up, and there's a big screen at the front, and of course it's dark. Then we have to until it gets dark. Yeah. And you put a little thing inside the car window, and that's the speaker, and the movie's up front. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great one.
Mm-hmm. What was the fashion for shoes, pants, clothes, etc., versus what you wore at the time?
I don't know what this fashion was way back then. 'Cause that was bell bottoms. I didn't do that, no, because that wasn't agreeable to my father. Like I said, came from a very conservative family. Grew up on a farm, and didn't have the means to, deal with that much fashion. Wore dresses and flat shoes and nylons, and
Did your hairstyle follow the fashion trend? And what was that trend, would you say, if you made a good guess?
I didn't follow the fashion trend, My hair is probably still the same as it was when I was back in the 70s. It's probably a little shorter, and it's a little, little bit shorter. Yeah. I'm getting a little gray now, so yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I didn't have any spikies. Went to bed, with curlers in your head, on your hair. Yeah, didn't have curly hairs back then.
How did people communicate back in the 70s?
Hey, you! We didn't have walkie-talkies, you had a phone, I think. But yes, some of us had party lines that, there were 3 or 4 people on your same line, and you had to wait for them to get off the line. But, things have come a long way. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you know, or did you know someone, or you, as a person, had a computer during the 70s?
They had computers then?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
In the 70s? Well,
maybe they were just starting to, make
really?
them. Or...
Okay. No. And I don't have one yet, so I'm not sure I haven't have the need to have a computer yet. I work with one at my job, but, didn't have the need to do it at home.
Right.
Yes. I need you to teach me that.
Okay,
yeah.
I will.
Yeah, that's a good Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was your experience with getting gas, and how much was it at the time?
Gas?
Yes.
What kind of gas?
For your car.
Oh,
No.
Gas. Well, it was regular gas, pretty cheap. Yep. I think somebody said it was like 30-some cents a gallon, so it took you a long way. You could run all night and, $1 or $2 of gas. Cars weren't real sporty back then. Although my husband did get he had a Charger, the 72 Charger, I think it was, and that was a pretty hot car back then. Nice. Yes.
So, a little bit more serious topic.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. Was the Vietnam War a big part of your family's life or friends' life?
It was a big part of some families. Didn't affect our family very much because, like I said, we were kind of conservative, so we didn't believe in war back then. But my husband, would have been your grandfather, he was on the verge of being drafted, to go to the Vietnam War, and had his bags almost packed, and then he got a letter from the government stating he didn't have to go. He got a deferment, which meant that he didn't have to go to the service because they needed him at home. pretty special, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought, he was a goner. He was going to be gone. And so, yeah, it was a nice break for him, but, it wasn't that way for a lot of boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no family members had to go to the service. They were farmers, so you needed farming. You needed food, so they didn't have to go.
So kind of adding on to that, did any of your friends, I guess you already answered family, got drafted into the war?
I think some of the guys in our graduating class, went, and of course some of them didn't come back. But yeah, there was a lot that got drafted back then. Didn't have much choice.
Yeah. Was there a certain major event that you encountered or came across during the 70s, your time in the 70s?
Well, let's see. In the 70s, well, yes. Well, got married early on, and got married, and shortly thereafter, 3 months later, I had a son, firstborn. And then you know what? 18 months later, your mother was born.
Actually, my next question was, what year was the most important for you in the 70s and why?
Well, here we go. The most important. Well, I would have to say maybe it was my daughter.
72.
72, yeah. Yeah, she's pretty special. She's there whenever you need her to this day. So, yeah. So yeah, it was a momentous year. 18 months later.
Nice.
Yeah.